going to dress up too. I did forget my pearls though, sorry. Bit tangled up. Hi, my name's Robyn. I'm from Mackay Regional Council Library, so I do have a little bit of nerves, so hopefully I'll just calm down in a moment. Thank you. Show's done. I respectfully acknowledge the elders of the land on which I do my presentation today and thank them for the opportunity of bringing stories and projects made on Niue land. Having 32 years of library experience, it's only been in the last year that I've found my niche as a passionate community outreach assistant with Mackay Regional Council Libraries. Running the Keep Warm Community Project has been a highlight of my career and a true testament of how communities are seeking ways to connect to help others. What evolved certainly surpassed all expectations. We identify that modern libraries represent community hubs, going beyond the books to connect with its community's evolving needs to sustain relevance across its diverse community of people. And is why Mackay Regional Council Libraries has adopted the ethos, #everchanging, creating program delivery to engage in an ever-changing world. Homelessness for Libraries by Ryan Dowd played an immense inspiration in the development behind the Keep Warm Community Project, when one of the 6 branches of Mackay Libraries experienced increased numbers of vulnerable customers and homeless visitors. Are we doing enough to connect? Well, how do we connect with providing relevance to our community's most vulnerable customers beyond the safe place and free air conditioning? My answer is yarn. This yarn is your gift. My aspiration is to empower you in finding ways to knit the needs of your community together. So hopefully most of you will get a gift. And I'm a bad thrower, so please try and catch. Oops. If you didn't get one, there are spares at the front. Jamie, I don't think I'm going to match your hair. Probably won't get right at the right there. As I said, there are a few spares, so if you didn't get one, please come up. The Keep Warm Community Project was an innovation program idea, sourcing public donations of knitting supplies and engaging volunteers to knit or crochet beanies, scarves, or squares for blankets, with the purpose to connect with and share a little bit more warmth over the winter periods for our community's most vulnerable customers. Designed at the end of 2021, I'm going to overheat, sorry. Good idea, but not today. Designed at the end of 2021, the project focused around program principles of reuse, repurpose and recycle. Supplies were to be completely sourced from the public, crafted into beanies, scarves or squares to make small blankets, gifted to local community service providers and then distributed to Mackay's vulnerable community members. Yarn and needle donations were gathered in December 2021, ahead of the launch in March 2022. Word of the library's knitting project travelled fast. We were inundated with supplies during December and January. In true community outreach style, my ears were flapping when I heard customers say, "I wish I knew how to knit or crochet." Now there's a program idea. Is something we could help with? Evidently, a multi-layered effect was emerging, evoking further program ideas, each facet linking back to the Community Warm project. Our volunteers would be soon equipped with a healthy bank of needle and yarn sizes. From there, we created a series of basic knitting classes utilising supplies from surplus needles and yarn. Then created knitting kits and crochet kits to be used at classes as they sought their knitting journey. Participants were encouraged to loan out the kits, take their projects home and donate their project to the Community Keep Warm project. The kits also made a quirky element to our Library of Things collection. This was turning into a pearl of an idea. Oh, good. A local COVID wave soon slowed the launch. Just rearranged my knitting needles, sorry. The local COVID wave soon slowed the launch in March 2022 as we put a brief pause on in-house library programs. My dedicated crafters, though, delighted. COVID or no COVID, this was free licence to stay home and knit or crochet. As library programs resumed, the momentum of clicking needles built up pace as new volunteers cast on each week. 3 community craft groups also raised their needles in support of this worthwhile cause. Chain by chain, stitch by stitch, each volunteer was steadily linking fragments of our community together. It wasn't long before stocks of beanies, scarves and squares grew and grew and grew. I couldn't see my desk after about a month or two. After months of unprecedented success, needles were rested on the 30th of September 2022. That's only a couple of weeks ago. 10 weeks past its final proposed finish date. Over the course of 6 months, we engaged over 123 dedicated volunteers. Their time and skills collaborated to make over 138 beanies, 58 scarves, 47 blankets. The blankets we were operating goal to make were the knee blankets or shoulder shrugs. So with a crochet square or a blanket square, we're roughly looking at about 20 centimetres. We used about 24 of those to make the blankets on most of the blankets. Some blankets were a little bit larger. So if we're basing on 24 squares per blanket, that's no less than 1,128 squares that were donated. 1 child's jumper and 2 pairs of knitted socks. And I have to show you these are gorgeous. So they don't look like much, but once you put it on, it extends from the foot all the way up to the leg and has a lovely little design. Thank you, ladies. We individually wrapped each item in clear packaging as a gift for its receiver. Included in the packaging, or the gift, were 3 clever marketing engagement tools. A library brochure advertising the free advantages of library membership, creative bug bookmark, and a gift tag reading, "Made with your comfort in mind," from the volunteers of the Community Keep Warm project, Mackay Regional Council Library. Benefiting from the project were community support agencies supporting families and individuals facing homelessness, crisis care, domestic violence, and male mentoring programs. Community agencies were standard at the quality and the thoughtfulness behind each of the gift, potentially changing their client's life. Male mentoring psychologists sadly shared how the men usually are left to rummage through a lost property style box to find warm clothing. This gift was already special. The Keep Warm Community Project donations from the Keep Warm Community Project also played an integral part at a homeless expo. Yes, we're now connecting. A gift holding a world of possibilities waiting for you at your library. However, designed around the needs of our community's most vulnerable, an undercurrent from the project was emerging, with heartwarming stories amplifying from our volunteers. Knitting for the project was fulfilling purpose, renewing a sense of community, and providing comfort across our volunteer groups, particularly dementia and all abilities communities. Sweet Evelyn, an intellectually impaired volunteer, finally stopped chewing her fingernails because she gained purpose knitting for somebody. For others, it reduced feelings of anxiety, isolation, opened opportunities for learning, building new skills and teaching, all supporting good mental health. My oldest volunteer, a 92-year-old low vision great-grandmother, it simply enabled her to share her love of knitting with others. The Keep Warm Community Project clearly was about connecting community in unfathomable ways. As I leave you with these warming thoughts and a desire to go forth and knit, ladies, I do invite you to collect a pair of knitting needles in the break. Sorry, the risk assessment to throw these into the crowd was just far too high, so you will have to collect them. I wish you great success in knitting your community together. Thank you.